Hey there YouTubers, Chris Robson here. Today I thought I'd do my next one of my latest Little People Big Dreams books. This one's called Yves Saint Laurent. Here's the story of him. He's a fashion designer. Let's show it out, shall we? In the city of Oran, in Algeria, there lived a quiet boy called Yves, who had a great sense of style. He was fascinated by his mother's wardrobe and loved to draw pretty dresses for his little sister's dolls. Yves' family always encouraged him to be himself, but at school he was bullied for being different. Many days he pretended to be ill so he could stay in his room and avoid the mean comments from other children. I love dishonest when you say it out loud, huh? During his teenage years, Yves began to sew tiny outfits. He used scraps of fabric from his mum's clothes and dressed up models cut out of fashion magazines. He dreamt of becoming a couturier, a luxury clothing designer. His designs were so beautiful and detailed that at 17 he came third in a young designers contest. The following year, Yves moved to Paris, the capital for fashion, to study at the top couturier school. One day, he was introduced to the most famous couturier of all of the time, Christian Dior. Monsieur Dior was so impressed by Yves' talent that he asked him to be his assistant. Yves learnt a lot from him and little by little gained Dior's trust. Sadly, just 2 years later, Dior died. Following the great designer's wishes, Yves took his place and became the youngest couturier of all time. When he presented his first collection, everyone in the fashion world was watching. Yves' first show was a success, and a guy called Pierre was one of the lucky attendees. When they met a couple of days later, Yves fell in love with this charming and clever young man. Their love story would last almost a lifetime. Yep. Yep, I think it's true. He was a gay official right before it was right to include gay marriages. Were gay marriages still around around the 2000 years before he died? I'll have to check. Anyway, let's carry on with the story. If it ever works. Three years later, Yves was forced to join the French army where some of the soldiers treated him badly. Yves was so upset he became unwell. He had to stay in hospital. There he found out he had been fired from Dior. How unfair. But when he returned home, Pierre took care of him. Once Yves felt better, they were ready for a new adventure. They decided to set up their own fashion house, and many Dior employees, from models to seamstresses, joined them. Yves' first design was a peacoat based on sailors' jackets. He thought women's clothes should be comfy and chic, so he took inspiration from the garments men wore. He even made trousers for women, which was pretty unusual at the time. Yves kept making expensive handcrafted outfits in his studio, but he wanted more people to be able to wear his clothes. So he created a more affordable collection, which he sold in his new stores. Few designers changed women's clothing like he did. Yves designed tuxedo suits and colourful dresses inspired by art in faraway places. He also introduced shoulder pads and safari jackets with lots of pockets. And he did it all in style. After a lifetime of making beautiful clothes, little Yves, the great prince of fashion, knew that the secret to true style was feeling good in your own special way. Hope you enjoyed this story. Isn't it brilliant? Hope you enjoyed it and all that. Au revoir.